brackets are set for the tourney, and some teams were left on the outside looking in. One of the biggest snubs was West Virginia, who had arguably a stronger resume than North Carolina, the last team to make it into the dance. Now, West Virginia Governor Patrick Morrisey isn't taking the snub lying down. Please listen, gentlemen.
West Virginia deserved to be in the NCAA tournament. This was a miscarriage of justice and robbery at the highest levels. UNC had representation in the room during the selection process. Bubba Cunningham is the athletic director for UNC. He also happens to be the head of the tournament selection committee. Now, it's being reported by a number of outlets that Cunningham had a significant bonus incentive, at least $70,000 to get into the tournament, arguably more if they advanced, with more incentives on the way. Any way you slice it, this thing reeks of corruption.
Mischaracter of justice, corruption, pay incentives. This is a lot. I want to start with our politician, Stephen A. Smith for president. What's your reaction?
This is not a message I approve, number one. In all seriousness, it's embarrassing for an elected official to take the position that he's taken, literally calling for an investigation. You can complain, and he has legitimacy with his complaints, but to go this far and to really try to force an investigation, it's utterly ridiculous. It's childish, and you would like to think our elected officials have something better to do with their time on behalf of their constituency than something of this magnitude. Clearly, he does not. It's utterly ridiculous for him to take this position that he's taken. Having said that, I will say this: his anger and his disgust is valid. North Carolina was 1-12 against quad teams, okay? North Carolina should be in the NIT. North Carolina does not deserve to be in the NCAA tournament. And Bubba Cunningham, some dude named Bubba, is not only on the selection committee, he's the head of the selection committee. And to tell us he has to leave the room when the conversation entails North Carolina is utterly ridiculous. So you hadn't been talking about North Carolina before that point. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, around other committee members. You didn't have those conversations. Stop that. We were born at night, not last night. Nobody's believing that nonsense, okay? And in the case of West Virginia, they did have a better resume because they had 6 quad 1 wins this season, and North Carolina, like I said, went 1-12. So that's an argument. But I throw this to you by saying this, Shannon. Let's be very, very clear about something. Let's not act like West Virginia is something to write home about, all right? The bottom line is they were 19-13. They were 10-10 in their own conference. And when they went into the Big 12 tournament, they lost the very first game of the tournament to last place Colorado. There is a rare occasion when it is justified to tell a politician, sit your ass down.
Whoa.
This is one of those situations. Sit your ass down.
Whoa.
This is not something that warrants an investigation. No.
Shay, before you jump in, I didn't properly characterize his comments. So he said a miscarriage of justice. I thought he said mischaracteristic. So I didn't realize
miscarriage
the word
of justice.
Miscarriage. Yeah. So that's yeah.
When I think of miscarriage of justice, a team not getting to the NCAA, getting to the dance, Stephen A., that's not what I would label that, but okay. West Virginia, first of all, there are more teams that earn the right. I don't know if West Virginia has an argument. There are other teams that might have a more compelling argument, and even them not getting in is not what I would deem a miscarriage of justice. If you've lived in this country long enough, you've seen miscarriages of justice. This isn't one of them. Now, I get all that, and he want to politic and say, I want an investigation. West Virginia, y'all got other things. Now, there are some miscarriages of justice that's going on West Virginia that would deem those resources more appropriate. We're not going to get into that, Stephen A., but let's just address this. This man out of his mind. You mean to tell me, Stephen A., this man going to call a press conference and do all this grandstanding and talking about a miscarriage of justice, about a team not making the NCAA, not making March Madness? Is that what we've been reduced to as a society, Stephen A.? Really? I love sports. Most people in America love some version of sports. Football, basketball, baseball, track and field, whatever the case may be. But is this what we've been reduced to? that everything has to be politicized, that everything has to draw national attention. Did you hear the governor of West Virginia? Bro, really? The education system, the housing going on in West Virginia. That is a miscarriage of justice, not this.
Let me tell you something right now. You know, sometimes you got to read between the lines, Shannon. And a lot of times these politicians engage in evasive tactics. They want to get you to focus on something so you're not focusing on something else. So my advice to the Attorney General of West Virginia, his name is Mr. John McCuskey. He is the Attorney General for the state. This is who the governor has asked to open an investigation into the NCAA selection committee, all right? And when he was on the lectern, they was featuring a sign that said the National Corrupt Athletic Association. You can do all of that. You can complain. You can gripe. You can whine. But to call for an investigation, Mr. McCuskey, do not waste your time. You got better things to do with your time. It's not going to change the reality. West Virginia is not going to be in the NCAA tournament, and it's taxpayer money. Don't do that. Don't waste your time with that. And if you're the governor, Morrisey, come on, man, grow up. Stop it. Yes, you can complain, but the call for an investigation is going a bit too far. North Carolina does not deserve to be into the NCAA tournament.
They did earn the right.
NIT. But you lost to last place Colorado in the opening of the Big 12 tournament, which ruined your chances. Sit your ass down and find something better to do.
Molly, can I say this, Stephen A., before you go? Let's just say, for the sake of argument, they do an investigation. In Carolina, by some ill-gotten means, got in. What are they going to do? Are they going to put West Virginia in?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. Exercise of futility. Stop it. Stop it. Better things to do.